I've got another box of stuff here. So together we're going to decide which one we dig into. So the first item, a little black box that says Bar Citizen Shanghai 2023. The second item today, that is the C2 Hercules. Okay, the third item today, ICC Stellar Surveyor Charting the Way Ahead. Item number 4 is a book that has a lot of pages in it. And the fifth item today is the mystery item. Now it is time to vote. Which one of these items do you want us to research today and figure out, and we'll set up a new case file for it? I think it's going to be number 4. So let's dig in. What do we know about number 4? Let's see. Today is August 13th, and this is case number 4. Let's see what we know about this. So we have a Chairman's Club Concierge Guide from 2947. Okay. So let's look at what year that was in Star Citizen. 2947 was 2017. So I'm guessing that might be our release date. So at least the year part of the date. So we need to figure out what date did this thing come. I did put it in the Discord. It's in the Collecting Dust Archives case number 4 file, Wrecker, if you go there. All right, so let's look inside this. I'm going to go back to our full screen here so you guys can see inside this thing. So it has the welcome letter, and it's got 34 pages, apparently, this little book. So I'm going to hold it up so you guys can kind of get a view of what we're talking about here. So the angle of this seems to be as if you live in the Star Citizen universe. And I say that because I noticed there's a chapter here called Dining, which is kind of interesting, that there's a dining chapter in here, because it doesn't really make sense in the real world. So you got a welcome to the Chairman's Club letter, and it's signed by Chris Roberts, Aaron Roberts, Sandy Gardner, and Ortwin Friarmouth, a lead advisor. Not sure who that is. It gives you an overview and some nice pictures here. You have arrived. Okay, so that is a 600i. That's a really beautiful shot right there. And then the next one is the High Admiral. So this is talking about High Admiral. Hey, Johnny Macaroni. The object today is this Chairman's Club 2947 Concierge Guide. This is what was picked, item number 4. So this card that's in here says Concierge VIP Founder 2947. I don't know when this actually came out. There's no copyrights in the front or the back. It just says 29. Oh, maybe on the back. 2017. Okay, so we did get the year right. This was 2017. So it's really telling you about some rewards, I guess, that this person earned. Now, I got this from someone who was big into the game for many years and is no longer playing the game, and they dumped their whole collection of stuff, and now I have it, and I'm trying to figure out what all this stuff is, because I'm relatively newer to the game, and I don't have a lot of these physical things from personal experience, and a lot of you might have stuff like this. I don't, but I find it super cool, and I'm very interested in this stuff, and I want to really learn where these things came from and why people hang on to them, and what does it mean from the Star Citizen from a historical standpoint. Okay, this is the one I was really curious about. This is a universe of dining. Okay, so this Murray Tower, Ado Green, supper on stakes are as pilot. Oh, supper on stakes as pilots race past the spectacular 5-star view. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's cool. A universe of dining. So what it says here is reservation expert Epil date. I don't know what that word is. Epil Dining is proud to partner with the Chairman's Club to assist you in getting access to the best restaurants, nightclubs, cocktail lounges in the empire. With Epil Dining knowledgeable staff taking care of all the details. The only thing you have to worry about is what to order. Okay, so this is like a dining area somewhere in the game, apparently. So, and then we go into Grand Admiral. So I think it's talking about what the rewards are for the tiers of Grand Admiral. Nonstop entertainment. Ooh, this is interesting. Hey, Chalia. I don't know how to say your name. Chiala? Good to see you. Nonstop entertainment. So this is really interesting. When you're ready to have a good time, there's never a reason to settle for anything but the Empire's best entertainment thanks to Imperial Access. From hard-to-get tickets to VIP access to unique Chairman Club members-only private events, Imperial Access specialists take all the work out of having some serious fun. And that looks like a Kruger ship there. Space Marshal. Okay, now we're going into the Space Marshal. Okay, there's the executive armor. Cool, cool. And then one-stop shopping. Okay, this looks like... This is Sharington's Cross Showroom on Earth, Seoul. Oh, that's a place I've not heard of. That's not in the game, at least. From furniture by Revel in York to the latest fashions from designers like Deason Hendricks and Venti, you'll find unbelievable quality paired with unimaginable convenience at our showroom. Oh my gosh. So I've got to ask you, you old timers who've played the game longer than I have, because I am dying to understand what all this means. Because I play Star Citizen and I don't know what they're talking about here. Few vehicles. Okay, this is the F8 Lightning. I understand that. And then we've got take a little trip. There's a very exotic looking 890 jump. Look at this one. That is really cool, isn't it? Look at the design of this one. Wow. That's very cool. I have not seen an 890 jump with those types of add-ons. Take a little trip. And then we get to Legatus Navium. I guess that is the highest concierge tier rank in this book. And you get scatter guns. It's so confusing. Oh, there's an F8 with the black and gold. Beauty meets Beast. And it's more interior shots of that. And then Chairman's Club. Fidelis Quod Decimus, whatever. Faithful till the end. That's a beautiful picture. I don't know where this is, but that is a really cool city. So that is the item, guys, that we're researching today. From what we understand so far, it was released in 2017, but we need to figure out when it was released. So are you guys in the chat posting links? Has anyone found any links yet for this? If not, I think what we'll do is I'm going to go back here and we're going to look at the development roadmap. So this development timeline website has been a kind of a handy resource doing these episodes. I want to go to 2017 because that's when this came out and see if there's anything about it here. Because 2017 doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Let's see. This was, so Star Citizen Alpha 2.6 was released that year. Okay, the 600i concept sale. Well, we saw a 600i photo in this book. So I think that is one of the things we're going to have to look for. I don't see anything about Chairman's Club here, but there is a letter from the chairman in April. So maybe we could start with that one and see if it talks about this book at all. This is a new page. So it did not take us to the letter from the chairman link when we clicked on this particular page, the road ahead. So I think we might have to find a better link for this one, guys. Let me see what we've got here. Okay, so we want the letter from the chairman from 2014. Let's go to the Wayback Machine and go to April of 2017 and see if we can find the letter from the chairman. Okay. 2.6 is live. This Week in Star Citizen, Around the Verse, RSI Newsletter, Lore Maker's Guide, Citizen of the Stars, Around the Verse. I don't see a letter to the chairman here on this page. It came out in April, so let's go back here. Maybe we can find a better one. 2017. April 7th. Let's try April 21. Maybe there was something that came out after. Maybe it was later in the month that it came out. Hey, Compy. We are researching the item that was selected this week, and it was this book that is the Chairman's Club Concierge Guide from 2947. It is a 34-page book that came out in 2017. And so we're trying to find out when this book was released. And also, how did backers get a hold of this? Like, why did this person have this in their collection and they saved it all these years from 2017? What is this and what does it mean? This one says 2947. Okay, Wrecker said he's still looking. Yeah, I'm trying to find Concierge Guide. Did Chris Roberts fill 30 pages with Spend More Money? No. Compy, the really crazy thing that's in this book is there's a page about dining and shopping that's very inverse. Like, it's not like real life, like go to, somewhere in real life. It's all about in the verse. And we haven't seen any of this stuff. Hey, Wrecker, could you post these in the Discord so that I can copy and paste them? Because I can't really get them from the stream chat here. If you look over on the in the general channel on Discord, I put a link to the case file. Oh, there we go. Okay, so is this... Yeah, put the link in there, Wrecker, and I'll copy and paste it for everybody. Hey, Jinxie, this is 2017, right? So this is not that old in comparison to like other things. What I really want to find is this letter to the chairman from April of 2014. Let me see. If I go back to the developer queue, I mean the link. Oh, that link is from 2017. Hey, Martine, can you put that in the Discord, the case file chat that I linked in general? And I'll pull it up for everybody so we can see what that is. Here's the link. Yeah. Put it in the... Hold on. Let me see if there's a way for me to get this here. Maybe I can find a way to copy this from here. Let me see. All right. I think I got it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is... Oh, this is... Wait, no, this is August of 2013. This is not 2017. What we were looking for is on this roadmap page, they talk about a letter from the chairman on April of 2017. This book is copyright from 2017. So we need to find, I'm trying to find this letter to the chairman, but when I click on this one, it takes me to a new page. It's not taking me to the original link. So that link is not working anymore. I'm trying to find the link to that letter from the chairman that you shared is 2013. This is August of 2013. I think that's too far behind. Do they have anything about this? I don't see anything about this in there. No. Okay, so yeah, so we're looking for 2017. Let's see what was happening in Star Citizen at this time, and maybe we'll see something here. This is 2.6.3. Oh, Crusader was in the game. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, that's an old star map image, huh? Wow. Okay. Star Marine. I'm not sure what Star Marine is. Is that Arena Commander? I don't really play Arena Commander, so maybe I'm not familiar with Star Marine. OP. What's... Oh, that must be related to Star Marine. All right. So this was... Yeah, see, these links go to a new page. That's frustrating. Is there a filter here? Maybe we could see... Star Marine was an Arena Commander idea of putting spaceships and FPS together. Didn't really work out at the time. Oh. Star Marine was before Arena Commander. Oh, okay. Compy says that can't find any hard facts, but I think it may have been sent back in the day when you became Concierge. Though that's what some pages say of people who want to sell it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hold on. So if you... So this was... How did they... I don't understand. Like, because I've bought in a lot of stuff on the store. Was this a product like when you go to the merch shop, you could buy this book? Like they sell like the Picos and all that stuff on the merch store? Or is this something else? What about this? Okay, hold on, Martine. Let me see if I can do this. All right, let's see what this one is. No, that's the same one. Or my link, my copy paste is not working from here. I wish I could copy this. Oh, here we go. Oh, here it is. This Week in Star Citizen from April 17, 2017. All right, this is good. Hold on, let's look at this one. Let me zoom it in a little bit for you guys. It's really tiny on my screen. So this is talking about the Javelin. Whoa. Okay. Oh, this looks like early Microtech, doesn't it? Look at these little mining things. Oh gosh, that's too big. Look at this little outpost. This looks like on Microtech when you go into those little outposts and the little mining stations are there. Okay, so we're talking about that. We have the studio report, the letter from the chairman. I wonder if this link goes to the right page. Let me see if this one goes to the right page. No, this still goes to the recent page. They must have changed that page. This is not working here. Okay, so I don't see anything about the Concierge product here that we're looking for. No, that's the end of that. Darn, we are not getting anywhere on this one. Okay, you said there was something on eBay. let me bring my keyboard over here, and maybe we could search for this this over on eBay. Can't even find, only people selling it. That's so strange. Like, this is the Chairman's Club 2947 Concierge Guide. Okay, let's see what we can find here. That looks like it, sort of. Is that the same as ours? This looks like the book that we have. Yeah, it has dining. Yep, it has dining in it. Okay, so I think this might be the product. Let's see if they say anything about it. This product is Star Citizen. Yeah, we know that. And member card. This item is likely a collectible or exclusive piece for fans of the game. The chairman's book contains important information or exclusive content related to the game's storyline or lore. While the member card grants access to special features or benefits within the game. Is that true? Both would likely appeal to dedicated players looking to, I don't know. This isn't really helpful, guys. It doesn't give me like a release date of when this thing was sold to backers. Like, how did people get a hold of this? Let's check. We can check YouTube. 2947. Okay. No, that's 2 years ago. 2017 physical book. Concierge guide. These are too new. I can't find anything about this. This is a tough one, guys. Usually we can at least find some basic information on the RSI website from this, but anyone else in the chat have any idea? This is starting to be a bit of a stump for us. Okay, so I'm gonna complete the information anyway with what we do know. So this is a collection or series. This is the Concierge. Artifact type is a book. Materials, it's paper with hardcover. Markings, let me go back to the copyrights here in the back, and we'll add that onto our sheet here. So this is 2017 Cloud Imperium games. For illustrative purposes, as with other game features, these are ongoing development and subject to revision, removal, or replacement. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm guessing that these were manufactured by CIG, and we don't know of any known variants. We still don't know when it was released, like a month. All we have is the copyright year. There's no other information or clues. The only clue, okay, hold on. There is one clue, guys. We have a clue. This picture. Okay, the 600i in 2017 was in August. So looking here, the 600i, let's go to the 600i. That did not get that concept didn't go on sale until August of that year. My guess is that the 600i in here, do you think this was before the concept? Because this looks like the ship we got in game. It doesn't look like the old concept ships that we've seen. Look at this. This does not look like a concept version of the 600i. It does look like what we got from the game. Unless you guys see something in here that doesn't match what's in the game today, but to me that looks pretty much like a 600i from in-game. We'd have to go back and look at the concepts for that and see if this image is after. Yeah, maybe we could look at the concept art. Let me see if there's any dates here that might help us find when this thing was made. This is just the details on that. What about, is there, hold on. So this is 2017. Maybe there's something that came out in the Jump Point magazines. When maybe we could look at that. Hold on. Hey, Jay Cooper, good to see you, sir. We are deep into an investigation here, trying to find where these when this book was made. We know it's 2017, and everything that we found so far says that this was given to backers, essentially, when they became concierge, is what we believe. Martine says, what I can find is that the physical order was around 2018, and I see a lot of unfulfilled payment back. A booklet and a card was on sale. Oh, so, okay, hold on. So I think I'm completely wrong about this. Holy cow. I think I totally misunderstood this. I thought that the day that you hit concierge in any level, this was something that they mailed to you as a concierge reward. Martine, are you saying that what you're seeing is that this was something on the pledge store that anybody could buy and get the card in the book as a package? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're seeing? All right, I'm going to pull up. I'm trying to find the Jump Point from 2017. Yes, pledge store for concierge rank. Oh. Okay, so what we were looking at, hold on, I want to go back to that other link here. What we were looking at is in 2017, when this book came out. So we're saying that it might have been. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this link, Martine. Here we go. Spectrum. Okay, what are we looking at here, Martine? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the right place on this page. Here we go. Chairman's Club book and ranked card error. So doing my random scan. Oh, sorry, guys. Doing my random scan of my purchases, I noticed that the recently ordered book and card show status open. Payment paid. Fulfillment error. Never seen this issue before. I created a ticket for the issue, but I was wondering if anyone else got this in their order history. Was wondering if I'm getting the stuff, and I hope this isn't going to delay the order. This was February 7th of 2018. Most, if not all, orders should be fixed. We are aware of the issue and working to investigate. Okay, so they figured it out, already on it. Okay, so this does mean that this was something that that someone could just order. So if you were a concierge, interesting. So if you're a concierge, you would have to buy this on the pledge store. So I'm going to put for Okay, so I'm going to put here for the distribution method that this was sold on the Concierge web store on the RSI website. Because that's what we know. How much did it cost, guys? How do we... There's no way that we can go on the... What I was thinking is, like, if we go to the Wayback Machine, right? I don't know if we could get into the pledge store. Ticket is logged with the number 944. Yeah, so it seems like there was an issue with just the data on the order page. If we go back to 2018, is there any way from, you said in 2018 February, well, is that when he ordered it? Hold on. No, that's when they fixed the issue, not when he ordered it. So looking at 2018 February is when they had the issue. So I'm still thinking this had to come from 2017. Let's look in December of 2017. Sale pages are now scrubbed. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Cloud Imperium Games did not charge any base price for Chairman's Club Concierge booklet or VIP rank card. They were included as a complimentary milestone perk. Oh. Jinxie. So they didn't sell this on the web store? I feel like we're getting conflicting information only because of this post. I noticed that I recently ordered the book and card show status open, payment paid. So was this order, because he noticed that the recently ordered book and card. So when he says recently ordered, compy doesn't mean ordering. It doesn't mean it cost anything. Okay. So if you were a concierge of any level, you could order this book. Seems like the order was free to do so, I think. You can order free stuff. But this costs money to mail. Like this is big, right? This is kind of a big heavy, it's a little bit heavy, right? It probably costs like $10 to ship it in the States. I don't know back then. Maybe it was like $6 or $7, but they just ate that and sent these out to people. Well, you already paid $1,000. So, hold on. Jinxie says backers had to pay the shipping cost, but the book was free. For you to get the Concierge, you deserve that. And Johnny Macaroni, yeah, you deserved the book. Yeah, well, pledging way beyond 5K, I expect service. Martine, yeah, right. If you're donating that much, you do expect some sort of service. Okay, so what is the original cost? Any idea what this thing originally cost? If it only cost shipping, but you had to be concierge, what did concierge cost in 2017? To be allowed to buy this, what did you need to do? Jinxie says backers had to cover the international shipping and handling cost out of pocket to have physical merchandise delivered to their home. Wrecker says it always started at 1K. 1K to reach concierge, and then there are ranks in concierge. Okay, so that's what this book is referring to when it says High Admiral, Grand Admiral. You see here, there's a section. Is that the different statuses, the way you understand it? I think this is what I understand too. There's High Admiral here, Grand Admiral, Space Marshal, Wing Commander, and Legatus Navium, right? So each one of those, so you only had to get to the base level to order this book, right? The High Admiral, okay, the Chairman's Club. Yeah, so 1K is enough to Concierge. Is 1K High Admiral? Is that where you start? Like, is that the first, when you hit 1,000, you're instantly a High Admiral? Or is there like a lower one at 1K? Or is this a higher one? It doesn't tell us here. That's why I'm asking. It doesn't say inside this book. It doesn't say like $1,000. But this is the top hat and monocle. You get some whiskey. You get a weapon, a golden black gun, right? And then you get access to this dining. High Admiral is the 1,000 rank. Okay, thank you, Johnny Macaroni. So I'm going to put here, original cost was achieve High Admiral rank. $1,000. So, okay. So that means that to get this, you would spend $1,000 on ships or clothes or whatever in the game. I guess you could buy anything in the pledge store, right? To count towards your $1,000. And then you're saying that if you did that, and you went on the Concierge store, you could say, I want this book, and they would only charge you shipping. Subscriptions also count. So if you were a subscription, I don't know when the subscription started, but you could have just bought a starter ship and been a subscriber for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. No, you'd have to be a subscriber for at least 5 years. I don't know when the subscription started. Oh, they started in 2013. Okay, so if you were a $200 a year sub for 5 years, you could hit Concierge and never buy anything else from the store outside of your starter package. Okay. So in 2017, though, that was only 4 years. So none of the folks that ordered this book got there off of their subscriptions then. If because you wouldn't have got to $1,000, you would have had to buy something. So what was the purpose of this? Like, what was their goal? Like, if anyone has one of these or was a backer at that time, what was the goal, you think, of CIG making this available and sending it? Was this part of the Kickstarter? Quasi art book. Yeah, it is a really cool art book. The thing that gets me is you know, for the people who do like a little role play in their Star Citizen, this whole concept of dining and entertainment is it feels a little odd to me, because there's nothing really in the game that supports these things today as far as dining and entertainment. But it could be cool if there was places in the game where you could go that were limited to being a concierge somehow. And yeah, wow. Johnny Macaroni says, my first subscription date is August of 2014. It existed way before that because there were a lot of hangar decorations I don't have. Jinxie said that was planned to be a big part of SC. Yeah, I noticed that as we've been going through these older things, like we did the 890 jump brochure. And as we've been going through these older items, one of the things that has stood out to me is the concept of luxury. like Jinxie says, luxury travel, dining, cooking. Um, it seems like this was a big part of the story of the game. And I don't know what happened. What happened to all of that? Because we haven't got a new origin ship in a while. Um, I don't hear a lot about them working on this types of stuff, like restaurants. And so what was different about Star Citizen at that time? Because I feel like they were catering to a different audience or something. Like, was it a whole different audience back then? Jinxie thinks it fell down the priority list and will probably get in game post 1.0. Do you think it's coming? I really want to see something from Star Citizen. Okay, Johnny Macaroni said, by the way, it existed a place in the verse called the Chairman's Club where only Concierge members could get in. There's entry for it still there, but Concierge says they can't get it now. Yeah, they mentioned it. Okay, Martine found some sources. The Chairman's Club Guide, 2947, a physical hardcover book, and lore. Ship overview, such as the 890 jump, Chairman's Club documentation sent to high-level supporters, but the link is gone. It's in Orison, Jinxie says. Okay, so there is a place in Orison for Concierge only. People have pushed for industry and combat. The OG crowd has a lot of fancies in it, Wrecker says. Yeah. Martine says, I can't find the link through the Wayback Machine. Okay, so I'm back here on... Okay, I'm back on YouTube, but I kind of want to go back to the dev thing here and look at what was happening in this time, because it seems like the Origin 600i concept sale. Okay, let's see if we can find Origin 600i concept sale. Maybe there's somebody... Okay, Board Gamer is talking about this.
Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen Ship Buyer's Guide for the Origin Jumpworks 600 series. Let the voyage begin with the 2947 600i from Origin Jumpworks. This multi-role luxury vessel from Origin features an exquisitely detailed lightweight hull design. The 600i is designed with a cutting-edge modular technology, allowing you to customize your ship for your needs, taking the family on a long distance.
I didn't know it was a modular ship.
The touring module lets your guests relax in ease with stunning furniture from some of the Empire's top designers. Looking to stamp.
Okay, hold on. Martine found something. Let me see if I can get this up, Martine. Letter from the chairman. A road ahead. We have been steadily shifting our reliance away from external resources. Okay. Did somebody post the whole letter here? Is this the whole letter? No. It'd be cool if somebody posted the letter. Here we go. Copy pasta. Thank you, Stuart GT. You're an asset to the community. Even 9 years ago. Holy cow, Stuart GT's been here. All right, greetings, citizens. After many months of estimating and planning, do you guys need me to zoom in a little, or can you see it all right? I don't know if you're going to read it. I don't know if I need to read the whole thing, but there's a schedule and roadmap for the rest of the year. I want to see if there's anything in here about the Chairman's Club. Let me see. I'm gonna do a Control F. Chairman's Club. No, there is nothing in here for the Chairman's Club. So this is just talking about game system stuff. No one has ever attempted to build a game as ambitious as Star Citizen, and I doubt any publisher would have the patience or stamina that it requires to build something that breaks molds in the way Star Citizen does. 3.0, with its planetary tech, is a testimony to the power of crowdfunding and enthusiastic, empowered community. Myself and the team are okay. Yeah. Very interesting. So this does not talk about the chairman's club in the letter from the chairman. So that is not helpful for uncovering when did this release and when were people able to buy it. Let me see if I'm going to check YouTube again for maybe there's a way to figure this out. Johnny Macaroni says there was also a card that was given at the same time as the book. So you're saying that this book would have came with a card? Because I don't see like a slot for a card in here. Like, you know, like if it was inside the cover. In which card did you get? Was it whatever status you were at that time? Like if you were a High Admiral when you ordered this, you would get a High Admiral card? Or did you have to buy that separately? Because I see pictures of the cards in the book. Like they're showing pictures of them. But no, it was a physical card that you could order just like the book. How much were the physical cards? Were these also free? Okay, I want to come back and look at the... Oh, okay. Let's look at the... Was this a like a reward for backers? Like, was this something that was part of the original Kickstarter that people were getting? Rewards for Concierge. So this had nothing to do with the Kickstarter at this point, is what you guys are saying. There's nothing in the Kickstarter about getting physical metal cards as part of your reward. Like, these are the different pledge amounts, right? So if you put in $10,000, I don't... you have that on the pledge amounts. On the pledge amounts. Right, right. So when did... Hold on. Star Citizen Concierge levels. Okay, so this is the Concierge levels. So this is what we were just talking about, right? The Titanium Citizen card says it there. Okay, so these are just the ranks. Examples of rewards and dates when they were handed out. Right, this is okay, so these are special rewards. There's a Spectrum post here about this. This is in 22 though. This is much later, guys. Man, we are not having good luck with this one. Why don't we know? We don't know the release date yet. We don't know the purpose of this. Like what was the purpose of creating this book and sending it to people for free? Was it an obligation that they had committed to? Or did they just spend money to be nice? Or was it maybe maybe it's a thank you gift? I'm going to put it's a thank you gift because I can't understand why a company would spend money to create this book and send it out to people who bought their game. Like it's interesting. And you're saying that it was free, guys, right? You're saying that nobody had to pay for this. Unless you were international, you had to pay for international shipping. But you paid, let's say you paid $1,000 and you got access to the game, and now you're playing the game and you're using your ships. They decided to manufacture these books and these cards and send them to everybody who wanted them. Wrecker says Scam Citizen is due to this for the early years. This was all the stuffs you got. Ships weren't as real. But this is 2017. This isn't that long ago. Like, was it? They did the books and the cards in batches, and it was only at the beginning. Okay, so in 2017, guys, let's go back. In 2017, this was 2.6. So when 2.6 was happening, what was the game like in 2.6? Maybe that is what we need to be looking at. Right? Maybe that is what we need to be looking for. Let's go back to, let's see, where is my link here? Let's go to, does somebody have Star Citizen 2.6 release? Okay. Let's take a look. There was a gameplay trailer for 2.6. So, okay, so hold on. Johnny Macaroni's got a good point. When did 3.0 come out? 3.0 came out in December. This probably came out before December, right? Like, I can't imagine this was the last thing they made in the year. It doesn't have a month. It just says copyright 2017. Johnny Macaroni, you played the 2.x patches, so you knew the game prior. Okay, I've got to take a look at this. All right, here we go, guys. This is the gameplay trailer. What are we looking at here? Is this Port Olisar? No, this is Grim Hex, isn't it? I saw Hex. Oh, the Hornet, the Herald, the Gladius. Wrecker says, this was my turf as well. Oh, the third-person camera. I love that thing. Okay. Big Benny's. All new front end. Okay, Arena Commander. This is still in the game. 17 known missions. What? I don't know what this is. This is Crusader. 10 ways to play. The Persistent Universe. Hangars. Area 18 was its own game mode. Battle Royale, Vandal Swarm. What? Holy cow, this is a Star Marine. Okay, so this is before they had, well, no, they had FPS in the game, right? Because you were running around to go get your ship on Port Olisar. Battle for supremacy on 2 maps. Oh my god. That's brutal. Okay. So that was interesting. So that is 2.6. So that is what was happening. And then 3.0 came out in. Hold on, I got to read the chat here. Record says Port Olisar is the new Levski. It was new. You still have to use the elevator to go to the market at Levski. This record says this is when the game really got started. Johnny Macaroni said the hangar module to see the ships, arena commander to fly, capture the flag and stuff, Area 18 as a social module where you could talk to people and walk around the city. And the beginning PU with Port Olisar missions and security post Korea. Oh, wow. That is so crazy. I had no idea that Area 18 was a social module. So you would sign in and say, I want to go to Area 18. Martine found new information. The booklet was free to order for the two top tier of concierge, but lower concierge ranks had to pay $30. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. So that means so it really wasn't about high admiral rank then. Do you have a source, Martine, for that? Was that on Reddit? Where did you find that information? That's interesting because if it cost like a $30 and you got the book and the card, if you were, let's say, a high admiral, if you weren't the top two, that means that you were legatus navium, concierge card, and booklet. Hold on. Let's take a look. Oh, there it is. That looks very familiar. Yep, 2947. It's got the same date on it as the one we have. That's good. As cool as the possibility of getting two lightnings is, I can't help if heavy fighters not appropriate ship for executive treatment, but I'm not complaining. Okay, so this is talking about the rewards. Yeah, the 890 jump looks nice. Spaceship yacht that lands on water could be sweet. To me, the 890 jump was really ugly. Oh, okay. Oh, man. So this is... What is...
The K6DB shield work together to ensure that your craft will not only withstand the big...
Okay, that's the original. Are the book and card available for free to concierge members? Free for the top two tiers, I think, but I don't think they're available anymore. You had to order one in January. Holy cow, we have a month. When? Oh my gosh, when? What year is this January that he's talking about? Mine was free. Thanks for your help funding the game. $30, 29.75 USD. That's interesting. Okay, for me, second tier, it was $25 plus shipping and handling, but I was able to use RSI credit to get it. January of 2018. You had to order one in January. So this was released in 2017, but ordered. All right, hold on. So we're going to say that you had to order this January 2018. Okay, that gives us some new something new to research, guys. We could go back to the let's go back to the Wayback Machine and let's check January Let's check January of 2018 instead. Maybe there's something about this on the website in January. Oh, 3.0. Hey, Ham. Good to see you, Sergeant Ham, in the house. We are researching some old stuff here. I'm trying to see if there's any mention of this. January 26th and shipped in April. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back and let's go back to January the 26th. Hold on, I got to find that. Oh gosh, I'm in the wrong place. Let me go back to the Wayback Machine here. Okay, so we are going to 2018, January 26th. And let's see if there's anything about this book on the website. Oh. Ay. I don't want this. Oh, maybe I can close it. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So we have Around the Verse. Fly Now. What is this? This is a picture that's in this book. Exclusive concierge event. What is this? Oh, never mind. It's locked. So 3.0 was available to all backers at this time. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Martine. Thank you, Martine. Sorry. I was back here looking at this. Looking at this March 7th event. This looks super cool. I didn't know that they were having events, but it's restricted. You can't look at that page. I don't see anything here specifically about this concierge book being available for sale. Is there a link to the store here? Shop. I wonder if the shop link actually works. Yes, I'm from the United States. Okay, I don't think I can get to the store. All right. I don't know that this went that far back. But I really do want to. I was hoping that we would find something about this on the website at that time. What else could we look at? You know what we could do is we could look at Star Citizen Concierge event March 2018. Did somebody post about this? Did anyone go to this event? I found one more thing. All right, hold on, Martine. Oh, look at this. Ace 2020 Boyd. Just received my chairman's guide and Star Citizen medal card. So his is High Admiral. So he's in that tier. Pip Old Bean membership to the Smorgasbord. Okay, has his privileges. What the heck? What's in the book? The booklet is the same brochure as the 890 Jump. Needs some reference to back it up. Huh. Still waiting for mine. I wish we could see the date of these posts. There's not like... Oh, this is April 5th of 2018. Okay, so when did he get this? Hold on, I'm going to see if I can get a date here. Sorry, let me mouse over this. April 5th, 2018. Okay, so this all happened on April 5th. He said, I asked Concierge a few days ago, and they told me to relax and wait. I have the error. Okay, so this is the same error. It's coming directly from China. That's why the tracking info doesn't work. I too received mine today. I'm curious on what the numbers on the card mean. However, it seems our cards are almost the same, bar the rank. They chose 4242 because CR likes 42. Okay. The number on the original print is the registration ID of the user, visible as UEE citizen record in your profile. IDs larger than 999 have an extra field above. Really? Okay, well this gives us a little more information on when it was shipped. This was much after this because people... Wait, no, because in 2018, this is when people were saying they were getting their card. So if they had to order it in January... I think the Planet Tech comes out in 4.11, Ham. Is at least what they're saying now, which will probably be in a couple of months. Okay, so we didn't... All right, so this is where we're at, guys. We found out we're trying to figure out the purpose, okay? What I'm saying that this was a thank you gift for backers. Because I still don't understand, but if they sold it at $30, I don't think they made a ton of money on this. If you got a metal card in this little book, like this wasn't like, you know, I just don't see this as a thing they sold to generate revenue. I think this was... That's why I kept saying, was this something they promised as part of the original Kickstarter? Historical context. Okay, so as far as historical context of this, again, we're looking at what happened in January of 2018. And, you know, 3.0 was a thing. Oh, there was CitizenCon in 2017. I don't see anything about the concierge stuff, right? The concierge club goes back to... I don't know how far Concierge goes back. I don't know when it was started. This book is from 2017. I'm trying to figure out how far back would that have been. But like for 2017, this isn't that old, right? And so we know they sold it on the Concierge, you know. So here's what we know so far, just so that we're all aligned on the current situation. We know this was the Chairman's Club Concierge Guide from 2947, which is 2017. We know that it says copyright 2017. We know that people had to order it in January of 2018 to receive it in April. So they received in April of 2018. What we understand so far was they sold it on the Concierge web store on their website. If you were in the top 2 tiers, you could order it for free. And if you were international, you had to pay international shipping. If you were in the lower tiers of Concierge, in the US, you had to pay $29.75 to get the book and probably had to pay for shipping. What do you guys think? Do you feel like we have a pretty good understanding of that? So the top 2 tiers of Concierge are Praetorian and Legatus Navium. So the only way to get this thing for free would to have spent $15,000 or $25,000 Otherwise, you paid $30 if you were Wing Commander, Space Marshal, Grand Admiral, High Admiral. You would have had to buy the book. Okay, so top 2 tiers were free. Okay. So that's CIG for you. Yeah. So I can't imagine this cost a lot to make, but at the same time, selling it for $30, especially if you got the metal card, I don't feel like they were making a ton of money. So I'm looking at this as a thank you gift for backers. Do you guys have any other thoughts on the purpose of why they felt like they needed to make this? Because you guys said it wasn't a Kickstarter reward to get this book and the metal card. Like, this was something that somebody in CIG invented to give people. Maybe it was to create a deeper connection with the backers, right? I can see that. It's a thank you gift and creating a deeper relationship by having something physical from Star Citizen. As far as the historical context, you know, I don't know that there's a real tie-in to the game itself. Like, if you look at 2017, you had 2.6, you had a lot of concept ships. The Buccaneer became flyable, but you got the Hurricane concept, the Defender concept, the Eclipse concept, the Nox concept, the Cyclone concept, the 600i concept, the Origin X1 concept. Like, holy cow, that's a lot of concepts. The Pioneer concept. So, like, if you were a backer in 2017, you were literally funding the game for these ships, right? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You guys were spending money on ships instead of boats. Going back to a recent secret behind the hangar door. Like, where do people spend their disposable income, and what is their interest? Some people buy boats and go fishing, and some people buy spaceships in a game. Wow, Johnny Macaroni says he paid for his 315p without even knowing what it looked like. Like, that's nuts, right? Compared to the game we have now, we don't have a lot of concept ships right now that go on sale. Unlike here, where it was every month, there was multiple. Like, you had the Hawk and the Hammerhead. You had the Pioneer. In December, you got the Aquila. You got your Prospector. You got your Nox, your Dragonfly, your Saber Raven. Oh, that's a blue and black. That's a pretty one. The Ursa. And another concept sale for the tank. Yeah, it's true, Johnny. There aren't a ton that... There's still some that are on the list. Yeah, the Raven's a pretty ship. And then in 2018... So again, when backers bought this in 2018 of January, there's no January here on the dev timeline, but you had the Vulcan, and you had 3.0.1, which was bug fixing and major issues players are facing. You got the Reclaimer that year, the Terrapin, the Cyclone, the Razor. So the Nox Q, what is that one? Is that the same Nox that we have? I don't know what this one is. The Nox Q. I don't know that ship. We hit 2 million. Then we had the Origin concept sale, the Hercules concept sale, the Vulture concept sale. Ooh. That's cool. Wow. Okay. So, it's the same one we have in game. Okay. So as far as historical context, I would say this came out right after 3.0 because they sold this in January. So 3.0 was a big deal, I'd imagine, because that Planet Tech like changed the game. Looking at where 2.6 was, where you had an Area 18 social hangout place, you had Arena Commander, and you had Port Olisar, essentially, right? You only had, right? Do I have that right, Johnny? You just had like these little sections of a game, but they weren't all in one universe. They were different menu options. That's crazy, huh? Compared to what you play today when you log in. So 3.0, I'm going to say, is the historical context. Star Citizen 3.0 release. It seems like that was a very big deal for the game. They were cohesive by 2017. Yeah, they were separated. Only started coming together in 3.0. Yeah, that's massive, right? So if you think about it, back then, you couldn't fly down to a planet and go run a bunker. You would literally have to log out of the universe at Port Olisar and then load into Star Marine to do a bunker mission. Yeah. Oh, so Delamar came into at 3.0 or at some point during the 3.0 cycle is when Delamar was added. All right. So the evidence we've collected is very slim pickings. Delamar was in Stanton with Levski. I remember hearing about that. I don't think I ever saw it in. I don't think I even played the game then to see it in game. Levski was not what it is now. Levski was replaced by Grimhex, basically. Okay, so the evidence that we collected was mainly from Reddit posts. So I'm going to have a lot of Reddit posts to put into this particular case file because there's not a lot of info that we can get from the website or from the old letter from the chairman. Didn't even mention this. And in the Wayback Machine, we can't get to the concierge pages. So I'm going to put Reddit, mainly the Reddit posts, and we'll share those in the file. And then the sources I will post. We still have some remaining mysteries, but I think we've covered, like, I think the biggest thing is, could you order this book, guys, without the card? Martine or Johnny, anyone, do you guys remember? Or if you ordered this book, you were going to get the card based on what you had as your concierge level at that time. I just want to clarify that because no, the card came with it. Okay, so there was no way to just buy this book. This book had to have come with a card. And maybe in the box with all the stuff that came with this book, that card could technically maybe be there if he still had it when he sold it. So I will look for that. So we believe the card and the book came together. So I'm going to make a note of that too here. Let's see. Card and book together. The VIP card was announced in 2015. Ham, where did you find that? Is that something on Reddit, or do you have a link? Anything to that would be an interesting fact to add here. I need a sauce, bro. Record. Yeah, that would be helpful. I'd love to pull that up and see if that's something we want to add. Card and booklet were separate from what I'm seeing. Well, you got to share what you're seeing. Whoa, we just got a loud noise in my ear. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Ham, for subscribing. Appreciate you. That's awesome. Yeah, we need to figure out. Those books can get sold up to $100 nowadays, and a card up to $400. Really? That's insanity. So the all right, so Ham, if you have any links, you can post them. That would be helpful. And then, so I'm gonna just make a note. The VIP card announcement 2015. Here we go. Star Citizen fandom. All right, let me pull this up for you guys. Oh boy. This is one of those cancer websites. My goodness, there's a lot of ads here. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, that's a green card. Look at this green one. Do you guys see this? Citizen cards, both digital and physical in various colors, were given out a limited time during the Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign. Color of the card depends on the amount that was pledged. What the heck? A white citizen's card was a scout? What? The green was a bounty hunt. Oh my gosh, look at these. Are these... Does anyone have one of these? I've never seen these green and white. I've seen some of these other ones. The titanium. The card deadline has passed. The card upgrade program. Hold on. What the heck? These were purchasable. I bought the Bounty Hunter pack after the Kickstarter. Oh, you missed the Kickstarter. Ay, ay, ay. If you said yes to an upgrade, click here and purchase the brush metal upgrade. Please note, only the bronze and silver cards are eligible for this upgrade. White and green cards cannot be upgraded. Oh my gosh, this is very interesting. This is in February of 2013. The deadline has passed. This one is January 15th. The deadline for personalized citizen cards and free shipping of the t-shirts is now passed. So these were, the cards were over 8 million campaign pledges. Wow. Okay, so this doesn't have a date on it. But it's, oh no, this was the deadline. Intended to deliver physical cards by Christmas of 2012. However, due to delays with the integration of Kickstarter pledgers into the official website, the cards weren't shipped then. The deadline to submit your information to receive the card was set to the February 16, 2013 date. Oh, yeah. Now I see. So these cards were along. Okay, so this is the Citizens White Card reward. So you could have ordered this back in the day, right? You could have ordered this back in the day, and they just shipped them in 2013. Yeah, they made another batch in 2017 for people that missed the Kickstarter. Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm so confused about, because this is so old, what we're looking at here, but this is from 2017. So, like, I wanted to think that these cards were part of the Kickstarter, but they're not. Like, this is clearly much, much later. This is, 4 years after these people got their cards. So that is interesting. Some are part of the Kickstarter, some aren't. Yeah, so what we're trying to figure out is this book, which we have with this card. I think we have a good understanding now of where this came from. But what we don't see is any sort of website from RSI or any sort of web page on the RSI website that talks about this book and the card in 2017. Like, we just don't have any information directly from them. Like we can't find anything. Like, these Reddit posts are great and all. Let's see. Ham says the generic Concierge Black card was separate from the January 2018 VIP booklet and card. Claim pairing the 2947 hard color with the tier branded metal cards. Okay, so the Concierge Black card was separate. So that wouldn't have been part of this, because these were all the ones that had like High Admiral, Space Marshal. These were the ones that you got when you ordered this one. So I think the remaining mysteries are evidence from CIG to how to order the book. Like, because we really can't see the old website from back then on the Concierge page. So there's really no way for us to validate that. So I think this is going to be the end of this particular investigation, guys, because I don't have any other leads, and I think we are running out of options here. So I think this is original. I don't think it's a reproduction based on the source of where it was purchased. The status, I think, is going to be partially solved. I'm not going to say that we solved everything. I'm hoping that someone in the community finds our little post here and leaves a comment for us, maybe giving us some more insight and information onto all the items that are on the in the Collecting Dust archives that we're building together. So we're going to keep adding to this archive. I'm going to create another page like we did for like the 890 jump brochure a few weeks ago. We will create an archive just like this for this item, and we can hope that we get someone who was there that may have actually ordered one of these. Maybe they can give us a link or find us a page that has more information on it. But until then, I think we are done with this particular mystery. What do you guys think? Close the case? Let me know in the chat. So, today we tried to uncover the story behind this piece of Star Citizen history, but, this is only the beginning. The Collecting Dust live stream that we're doing is where we're going to uncover all the stories of these things. And then the case file is where we're going to preserve all the stuff. And of course, after this episode, I'm going to get the case file up there. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of this and list all the sources we can find. If you find more sources, comment on that case file. I'm going to link it in the stream and in the VOD so that you guys can find it quickly. Also in our Discord. This book is called The Chairman's Club Concierge Guide 2947. If you have any Star Citizen collectibles or pieces of memorabilia, something sitting around your own collection with a story behind it, I'd love to hear from you. It would be so much fun to talk to you and hear your story about it, and maybe we can even do a case on it. It'd be a lot of fun. So join the Discord. If you can, I'll post a link in the chat, and send me a message. I think every piece of Star Citizen history has a story behind it, and all of us working together, we're making sure that these stories don't disappear, because I actually care about all this stuff, and I don't want these stories to disappear. So I'm trying to document them so that at least somebody has some information somewhere, because over time, all of this is getting lost, and I'm seeing that it's getting lost, and I don't want it to. So, that's it. I'll see you next time for another episode of Collecting Dust. I'm Dusty Star, and until next time, keep your stories safe, all right?